Thunder, Warriors, and the Nets. 3 teams that have all had the honor of Kevin Durant playing for them, and yet all 3 teams have been left in the dust by KD. OKC had their hearts broken, one of the teams closest to a championship but could never break the barrier, only to rely on Russell Westbrook to carry them for the rest of his tenure with the team. The Warriors, of course, had amazing success with the Slim Reaper, but also had him leave before their glory days needed to be over, and yet they seemed to be doing fine without him anyway. And of course, the Brooklyn Nets. How this team has only won one playoff series with 3 of the greatest players of the 21st century is beyond me, especially considering that James, Kyrie, and Kevin are all still in or a little bit past their prime. While it's unclear whether or not KD will leave the Nets from the time that this video is being produced, if he does, this is the single most choke in all of sports management history. I've purposely tried to tank teams in 2K My League, and I still don't think I could do it as well as Sean Marks. But enough of looking back on Kevin's fairy tale teams. Let's talk about the big problem here. The fact that a player can now force his way out of a bad situation. We've seen this happen a lot recently, notable times being Harden noticeably playing worse to get out of Houston, and it worked. While mental health could be a legitimate reason to not play, Ben could have definitely suited up for the 76ers once more if it was his goal, so yes, it worked. And now, one of, if not the biggest player in the NBA has requested to leave the dumpster fire that one could argue his favorite teammate lit. This isn't what the NBA should be offering. One of my favorite champions of the past decade has been Giannis Antetokounmpo's run in the 2021 season. What made me so overjoyed to see him sit in the chair, bawling his eyes out, was the fact that he had stuck with the 15-win team, brought them to greatness, and could now order a 50-piece from Chick-fil-A, knowing that he was the reason the Bucks had won another world championship. But these players that are asking for trades are a lot of times good enough to carry their teams deep into the playoffs. For his career with the Rockets, Harden had averaged 29.6 points per game. Kyrie Irving left a 25-point-per-game season with the Cavs to go and try to play as the first option with the Celtics, which didn't even work, by the way. Carmelo had left an almost 25-point-per-game role in Denver to play for the Knicks, and there are countless other people that have also requested a trade. Kawhi, Kareem, Wilt, AD, and all of them were significant pieces in their franchise. And the biggest problem that lies here is the fact that every front office has very little weapons to stop these trade demands from happening. Yet even so, the concept of requesting a trade hasn't always been extremely successful, as we've seen with the Brooklyn Nets and countless other teams. I wanted to make this video as a little first one, to highlight the thing that will be severely influencing the course of the NBA in years to come. Until next week, where we'll be getting more analytical, more Jimmy per se, into some of the coolest and most fascinating aspects of the NBA.